Data centers work. A data center facility enables an organization to collect its resources. What is a data center? A large group of networked computer servers typically used by organizations for the remote storage, processing, or distribution of large amounts of data. The origins of the first data centers can be traced back to the 1940s and the existence of early computer systems, like the Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, or ENIAC. These early machines, which were used by the military, were complex to maintain and operate. A data center stores and shares applications and data. It comprises components that include switches, storage systems, servers, routers, and security. What is an enterprise data center? An enterprise data center is a data center that is owned and operated by a single organization to support its IT needs. Onpassive is building a hyperscale data center. Why is Onpassive doing this? What is the difference between data center and enterprise? In enterprise networking, we're trying to get to the internet or to the data center. Whereas in the data center, we're communicating between different servers. The equipment and the features that are prevalent in each type of network are all built around optimizing those different types of traffic patterns. Onpassive has a small data center with the capacity to hold 1 billion customers. Because of the explosive growth now and the mind-numbing growth soon to come into Onpassive, Onpassive needs a bigger data center, and we will in the early part of 2024. Enterprise data centers increasingly incorporate facilities for securing and protecting cloud computing resources and in-house on-site resources. As enterprises turn to cloud computing, the boundaries between cloud providers' data centers and enterprise data centers become less clear-cut. Infrastructure for data processing, storage, and communications includes the following: systems for storing, sharing, accessing, and processing data across the organization. Physical infrastructure for supporting data processing and data communications. And utilities such as cooling, electricity, network security access, and uninterruptible power supplies, UPS. Gathering all these resources in a data center enables the organization to do the following: protect proprietary systems and data, centralize IT and data processing employees, contractors, and vendors, apply information security controls to proprietary systems and data, and realize economies of scale by consolidating sensitive systems in one place. Why are data centers important? Data centers support almost all computation, data storage, and network and business applications for the enterprise, to the extent that the business of a modern enterprise is run on computers. The data center is the business. Did we just say a data center is a business? How many data centers are globally? Global data center statistics. The global data center market is massive and growing. There are approximately 8,000 data center locations worldwide. Revenue in the data center market is projected to reach $325 billion in 2023. Network infrastructure dominates the market with a projected market volume of $190, 50 billion in 2023. Revenue is expected to show an annual growth rate, compound annual growth rate, 2023-2028 of 612%, resulting in a market volume of $438.70 billion by 2028. In global comparison, most revenue will be generated in the United States, $95.58 billion in 2023. Key regions: United States, Germany, India, Japan, China. What is the cost of building a data center? The average commercial data center availability center costs between $10 million and $12 million per megawatt to construct, with most of the expense incurred during the initial few megawatts of deployment. A hyperscale facility typically has at least 5,000 servers and is 10,000 square feet or more in size. Do you remember Onpassive buying large buildings about 2 years ago? Was it to build their own hyperscale data center? Mr. Ashmufare never says things without intent. No mindless talking with him. Data centers enable organizations to concentrate on the following: it and data processing personnel, computing and network connectivity infrastructure, and computing facility security. What are the core components of data centers? Elements of a data center are generally divided into the following primary categories. Facility. This includes the physical location with security access controls and sufficient square footage to house the data center's infrastructure and equipment. Enterprise data storage. A modern data center houses an organization's data systems in a well-protected physical and storage infrastructure, along with servers, storage subsystems, networking switches, routers, firewalls, cabling, and physical racks. Support infrastructure. This equipment provides the highest available sustainability related to uptime. Components of the support infrastructure include the following: power distribution and supplemental power subsystems, electrical switching, UPSes. What is the meaning of UPS? Uninterruptible power supply. An uninterruptible power supply, UPS, is a device that maintains power in the event of a failure. Backup generators. Ventilation and data center cooling systems, such as in-row cooling configurations and computer room air conditioners. And adequate provisioning for network carrier or telecom connectivity. Operational staff. These employees are required to maintain and monitor IT and infrastructure equipment around the clock. What are the types of data centers? Depending on the ownership and precise requirements of a business, a data center's size, shape, location, and capacity may vary. Common data center types include the following: enterprise data centers. These proprietary data centers are built and owned by organizations for their internal end users. They support the IT operations and critical applications of a single organization and can be located both on-site and off-site. Managed services data centers. Managed by third parties, these data centers provide all aspects of data storage and computing services. Companies lease, instead of buying, the infrastructure and services. Cloud-based data centers. These off-site distributed data centers are managed by third-party or public cloud providers, such as Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud. Based on an infrastructure as a service model, the leased infrastructure enables customers to provision a virtual data center within minutes. Colocation data centers. These rental spaces inside colocation facilities are owned by third parties. The renting organization provides the hardware, and the data center provides and manages the infrastructure, including physical space, bandwidth, cooling, and security systems. Colocation is appealing to organizations that want to avoid the large capital expenditures associated with building and maintaining their own data centers. Edge data centers. These are smaller facilities that solve the latency problem by being geographically closer to the edge of the network and data sources. As you can see, data centers are complicated but necessary for any business. Onpassive is meeting this monumental challenge.